Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Restaurant Tech Trends, where we explore restaurant technology trends with some of the industry's biggest movers and shakers in a rapid fire short interview format. This podcast is produced by Incept AI. For those who don't know, Incept AI is focused on taking restaurant orders over the phone and in noisy drive throughs with friendliness and precision. Learn more at incept.ai. Today, I'm joined by Neal Dubisky from Spendgo, the loyalty and guest engagement platform that helps restaurants connect with guests across all of their customer touchpoints and channels. They integrate with, get this, over 120 POS systems, including leaders like Toast and Q, as well as online ordering leaders like Olo and DoorDash. We'll be digging into some of the biggest trends that Neal's seeing in the industry today. For example, where AI and voice actually drive incremental visits, which acquisition strategy playbooks are working, and how to keep programs guest first, not creepy. And hopefully, we'll be able to spotlight a couple of Spendgo wins along the way. Neal, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Justin.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to be chatting with you here ever since we met earlier this year at the Food on Demand conference. And let's go ahead and start off by talking about a place where our two companies intersect, which is voice and voice ordering. So, voice
Mhm.
ordering kind of getting a little bit hotter in the space right now. But where do you see voice truly outperforming apps or web, or do you? And how do you tie those voice moments back to loyalty and identity?
I mean, voice is hot. So it's one of those things that, I gotta steal a line from my friend at Captain D's, Keith Canseco. He meet the guest where they want to be met.
Yeah.
Turn up every customer touch point, every channel into an on-road to your cash register. And voice is just one of those places that we're being trained, through our, dare I say, Alexa, through our, commerce engines in our cars. Like there's places that you can just light up, an order using your voice. And I mean, I look at, people all the time, they're text messaging. They're not typing anymore. They got to do a paragraph. They're going to be like, "Grrrr." So if if I'm seeing this in everyday life, then and using it, and we're training our kids, this is obviously a touch point that needs to be utilized by operators, especially in restaurant,
Yeah.
because when you're hangry, you don't have 60 clicks and a password reset in you. I want my food. I want it now. I should not have skipped lunch. I should go.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm wondering if this will lead to, phone making a little bit of a comeback with restaurants. We've seen kind of a long decline and decay over the years, especially with like Gen Z. It doesn't seem like anyone likes to call anyone anymore. And, our Gen Z crew members don't like to pick up the phone either. Who knows?
I think you got to put that phone number inside the mobile applications. I think you
Yeah,
just got to give choice to the customer. Like, I'll be driving. Maybe it's going to be easier for me to just like dial, but I'm not going to search right now. I'll open the app and I'll be like, oh, it's front and center. I'll go into voice mode. Like,
totally.
there's,
Yeah, either the number or you just put it right there in the app. Well, you occupy a really unique spot as a vendor, and I feel like sometimes as vendors we get a little bit of a shaft because, we're vendors, but your place allows you to see loyalty programs and you can see data across many, many different brands. So, I feel like that vantage point is really valuable when it comes to like the macro changes that are happening out there with loyalty in particular. Have you seen any guest behaviors that have shifted a lot in 2025? If so, what are they, and how do you think operators should adapt to those changes?
I mean, the adoption to technology has been at a breakneck speed over the last like 2, 3 years. Post
Mm,
COVID, it's been incredible. And, voice is part of that, sea change that we're experiencing. You'll see it with, kiosk, drive-through AI, voice ordering, CDP. I mean, that's more on the vendor side, but just
yeah,
how we're tracking customer facing display now that, the economy is where it is, maximizing your investment in technology. It's critical to leverage all your guest touch points.
hmm,
So those are, just a few of the places that we're seeing it. Oh, passwordless logins.
yeah,
So we just finished a full year on our passwordless login, and I mean, regardless if it's powered by Spendgo or another company, I just have the perspective from what we're doing, and we gave choice for the first year for the migration to give you an idea, and out of that, the choice was like, do you want us to email you a code? Do you want to use your email password that we had set up previously? Out of the millions of transactions over the last year, we had 96% choose the SMS passwordless login.
Interesting.
So that's huge. And then the year over year number was an increase of transaction volume on just those brands that we started with, 29%. It's our most
Wow.
successful product launch to date. And there's a reason why Airbnb and Uber use a passwordless login. Do not get in the way of a customer trying to place an order with you.
Yeah, and no one can remember their passwords. Everyone has so many, and now you've got passkeys, and those passkeys are tied to like certain browsers and use something else. It's just such a pain in the butt. I want to shift a little bit to talking about first party data and growing first party data. There are a lot of brands today that are chasing, total list size versus potentially quality. And I'm curious from your perspective, what do you see as sort of the smartest acquisition playbooks that are in use today to grow first party data?
Yeah, so you still have to, it's restaurant, and we know that 50% of people will not come back. So
Right.
you actually have to go after as many people as you possibly can. As far as quality goes, how do you identify quality? Like, is it because you're trying to use advertising to, get this one particular demographic that's close to your store? Like, those are tactics, but that's on the, ad tech side versus,
Mhm.
direct, loyalty, first party. You need the value exchange that loyalty provides, the carrot to, derive that direct. There has to be value there. If there's not, the customer is not going to sign in. So we do that really well across all the customer touch points, and we have the acquisition, and then it's deciphering what's quality within there, and it's every brand is a little bit different
Mhm.
how they decipher that quality. And I think how you really get to do it is by leveraging data that's, in a network that isn't powered by an advertiser or a marketplace. So that's simply a
You mean
big
like
difference.
Spendgo?
I mean, it is a plug, but we think we're going to win the AI war because of the volume of data that we're able to get. We don't just get your first transaction. We actually know that you've spent in this category, you've made maybe 70 transactions already, and you always eat on Tuesday. So it's that type of historical, value on that customer that gives us a leg up, especially when it comes to, identifying who those high quality customers are.
Well, you said the magic word AI. Can't have a talk about restaurant technology without diving a little bit deeper into AI. And I'd like to focus a bit on personalization with AI. This is a problem we face at Incept, right? We're tracking orders and we're trying to figure out like what's the best offer to tell people. You can be way too deep on that, or you can do way too much. Practically, what are you seeing either at Spendgo or just like out in the industry as a low lift and effective way that restaurant brands are leveraging AI to improve their offers without being like creepy with the guest?
I have a very different take on this. I think the industry is kind of topsy turvy
Okay.
on the whole personalization, the magic bullet. I call it the Cupid's arrow fallacy. I knew I got the roses for a reason. But it's almost like if you send me a free cheeseburger on a Monday at 4:30, it's gonna instantly convert me. It's gonna be like, and we're walking around with these like special heart targets that if you personalized it oh so well with your and you read my mind and everything, like you would be able to convert me on a whatever a meal. I think that's wrong. I think you have to take somewhat of a broadcast approach to things that are happening, but really, and I love what AI can do with a massive amount of data, like who's lapsing, when's a good time to hit. So like there's a great thing, but what we're missing in this industry, if I had to say one thing, it's take hospitality and do it digitally. And I'll give you an example. It's make it conversational, right? Are you hungry? Like, are you going to eat out this week? If there was a message, I was like, are you going to eat out this week? Interested in seeing some of the promos we have? You know what? I might, yeah, actually. What do you got for me, Jack in the Box or whoever? The promos. Can I add one of those into your accounts? Yeah, actually, I want the three tacos deal.
Yeah.
Instantly adds into my accounts. Now all of a sudden it's conversational, and because I chose my offer, like maybe it's how many are you feeding this week? I know on Thursday I have to feed six, or I got a babysitter or whatever. I need to feed two. Like something's happening. So let me choose. Let me be part of my own, food adventure.
Yeah.
We love personalization and you have to have it, but that's more for a broadcast. Like here, this is what's happening. Why not just get it conversationally? Because that's what
Yeah.
hospitality is about.
I totally agree with you. And I also think as an industry, we have a long way to go before those conversations that happen digitally can really land with guests where they are. I think there's a lot of work that still needs to go into like sentiment analysis, a lot of work that needs to go into, how frustrated are our guests with our brand or the experience that they might be having, even leveraging like external data sources like, is it rainy outside? Is it cold? Is it hot? Is there a big event that's going on to really make those conversations relevant? But I totally agree with you. It does need to move more into this space of making hospitality digital and
I,
conversational.
I mean, we're right there. So
Yeah.
every trade show, like we have a piece of swag that we hand out and it usually has a size. So it's
Yeah.
like, what size t-shirt do you want? What color hat do you want? And we
Yeah.
imagine if that was a food item, or do you want to see the specials today? That's the kind of thing, like, because I'm hungry. Like every what dinner time, like hit somebody up between 4 and 5 o'clock each day in the right time zone, and
Yeah.
that they're hungry.
All right. Well, let's shift. I'd like to talk about a case study that you guys released with Lee's Famous Chicken. You're able to drive a 6% increase in loyalty member frequency over a period of a year. How did you do it? Like, what were the levers that needed to change in order to drive that increase in frequency?
New loyalty program, number one, they were
Okay.
rewarding their guests the same, whether you spent, $50 or you spent $10. So obviously you have to just treat people a little bit differently. Passwordless login, phone number program on all touch points. What else was it? Starter members. So you
Okay.
can easily join. So those that don't know, Spendgo supports the concept of starter members, which gives the brands an option to instantly delight customers, like, and promote their program. So if it's at kiosk or in store, the staff member can just collect a phone number and it just works. So I was at Taco Bell drive-through the other day and I had to have the app, the 4-digit code. I could have just given that AI my phone number and gotten my offers or my points or whatever. So it's a
Yeah.
big missed opportunity. So I think when we see the AI drive-through case study with Lee's, we're going to see significant increase in, hopefully it's a 12% next year with them. So
Oh, wow.
those are all the ways that we've optimized to get to show that lift, and we're not stopping there. Or I should say, Dan's not stopping there. He's like a one-man show. He's doing Fran Dev, he's doing rebranding, he's doing loyalty. A lot of respect for Dan Sokolick over there.
Good job, Dan. All right. Well, let's finish up. Want to do a few little rapid fire fun questions. So, the rule on these rapid fire questions, Neil, is you need to answer in no more than one sentence, preferably one word for each of these questions. All right. Question number
Roses,
one: what buzzword would you retire tomorrow?
make it happen.
Make it happen. What's more valuable, visit frequency or ticket size?
Frequency,
All right. For building a loyalty tech stack in 2025, build, buy, or partner?
partner.
All right. Well, Neil, I really want to thank you for your time here today. By the way, everyone, if you haven't seen Spendgo already, check out their platform. It's totally amazing. We're partners with these guys as well. Everyone, Neal Dubisky from Spendgo. Thanks.
Thank you.